Hey y'all, it's February the 18th, 2016. Right, I'm making this video, and I'm gonna acknowledge this is not a very important video, but I felt the call to make it. It's actually a personal message to Kendrick Lamar. He'll probably never see this video. If he does, I'm not ashamed by it, and I would ask him these same questions to his face. I would make the same sentiment if I would ever see Kendrick Lamar. I'm a pretty big fan of yours, Kendrick Lamar. I never gave any money. I never bought your albums. I don't buy albums. Um, but that being said, I think you have a lot of talent. I think that the music you make is pretty catchy. It gets me to think a lot, and I'll give you that. All right, but you're going down a destructive path. All right, I know that you can't see that now. I know that nobody can see that now, hardly anybody. All right, but I really mean it when I say that you're going down a pretty destructive path. Reason being, just to put it simply, is that uh, you're black. All right, and that's not to say that your blackness is taking you down that destructive path, but you're black before anything, before everything. Your main defining word about you, the main adjective describing you, is black. I have no problems with folks with black skin, right? You know, a lot of y'all probably won't believe me, but I'm being serious. But your problem is that you're black, right? You claim to be a Christian, right? And I'm not hating on that. I feel like that's a good attribute. You would imply that Jesus is your Savior and your Lord, and that's a good path. But you gotta understand that you're black before you're Christian. That's the move that you're making, right? And a prime example would be this recent Grammy performance. I didn't watch the Grammys, why would I? But a lot of people talk on the internet. A lot of people are saying, "Oh man, this is amazing what you did, bring something to the forefront that nobody even knew nothing about, the black struggle." All right, but like I'm saying, you're black before you're a follower of Christ. You might be a follower of Christ, but you're black first. You're a follower of Christ second. All right, a lot of people are holding you to a very high esteem for this, especially black folks. I'm not hating. Y'all can hold anything you want in high esteem, but the thing is, man, if you claim Jesus to be your number one, your personal Messiah, you gotta understand that that comes before everything else. That goes for me. It goes for anybody who's claiming Jesus to be your Messiah, right? However, you are claiming to be black first. You're making that apparent. And I just want to point out one thing. A lot of black people, unfortunately, they have this self-victimizing nature about them. I can't say for sure, but more than likely that's what got them on the bottom rung of the social ladder. All right, I believe it was a Marcus Garvey who probably put it best, and he put it best a long time ago. All right, I'm not happy to say that. All right, but it seems to just be the facts. Now, know this, and maybe you already do know this, but I gotta understand that a lot of black folks don't understand this. You were on the Grammys, you were doing the Grammy performance. I certainly didn't watch it. I have no investment in the Grammys. All right, but pretty much suffice it to say that that's the highest uh, pedestal you could be put on. Like that's the biggest spotlight when you really think about it, or at least it's one of them is to be on the Grammys. Now, what you gotta start contemplating and thinking about is this, right? Uh, since you were talking about the black struggle and how black people have been held down, since that was what you were talking about, that is the reason why you were put on the Grammys, on the Grammy stage, all right? However, conversely, if you think about it for a few seconds, had you been highlighting the persecution of the followers of Christ and the fact that it's not being made illegal for anybody to be black, you can be black anywhere. However, subtly and gradually, it is being made illegal for Christian beliefs to be expressed out in public. Had you had a performance highlighting the Christian persecution, the persecution of followers of Jesus, you would have never, ever, 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 ever been allowed onto that Grammy stage with that performance. They would have absolutely not allowed you to get on the stage. And had you made it on the stage by way of sneaking it into the performance, you would have been booed off the stage. That audience would have straight booed you off the stage. Why? Because Christians just so happen to be some of the most hated people on earth. Believe it or not. Right? The sense we were talking about black persecution, which, believe it or not, I've been hearing about it ever since I was born. All right, believe it or not, that's not nothing new. Since you were talking about that, well, they gave you the biggest spotlight that they could possibly give you. All right, these are just the facts. So the thing is, I'm not saying I'm hating you, Kendrick Lamar. I'm not boycotting you necessarily, but I am having to put you on the back burner in my mind, and I hope that one day I can say that you actually connect with being a Christian before you connect with being a black person. And that way, I can fully endorse you. I can fully support what you're saying. But as of today, February the 18th, 2016, it seems apparent to me that you are a black person first. You are a disciple of Christ second. And that in and of itself is going to put you on a road to destruction that I don't want to see you on. All right, the end.
Black people, their religion is their blackness. You didn't hear me. When that mother of the church left the church during the days of Obama, and so I called her, and I said to her, you left the church? She said, yes, Pastor. She said, you're not for Obama. I said, but Obama believes in abortion, killing of babies in the womb. And mother, I believe he's a Muslim. He got a Muslim name. And he's raised up in that, listen, United Church of Christ under Jeremiah Wright was nothing but a mosque with a Christian name on it. That was a mosque. That was a black nationalist mosque. Jeremiah Wright, where Oprah Winfrey went. So, and he spent 20 years there. No Christian would spend 20 years there with that. But she said, but he's black, Pastor Manning. He's black. And we black people got to stick together. Bam, she hung up the phone. So I thought about it. I looked at the phone for a while. Her issue is this: blackness before justice. Blackness before righteousness. It doesn't matter what he has done. He's black, and that's all that counts, Pastor Manny. The only thing that counts about him is that he's black, not whether he kills babies in the womb, not whether he's a Muslim or not. That's not what's important. What's important, Pastor Manny, is he's black, and we black people got to stick together the way true Christians stick together. And that's in her heart. She's been to church all her life. She came to church over there at the Metropolitan Baptist Church as a little girl. She was up to 60, 70 when she left here. Black people aren't Christians. They're black first. You ever wonder why? See, the religion of black people is their blackness. We're going to have to deal with this if you're going to deal with black folks, because they're not Christians. Black people's religion is of sort. If a black man kills another black man on 125th Street, shoots him down 25 times or whatever, the news may pick it up. Amsterdam News may print it. But nobody talks about it. They step over him and go into McDonald's and get a Big Mac. But since a black man killed a black man. But because black people aren't Christians and their religion is their skin color, they're not saved. I said, they're not saved, black people. Now you can argue with this. Go ahead and argue. Remember all those sermons I preached when I was right? I'm just getting better, and you're not following. However, if a white man kills a black man, all hell breaks loose. Why? Because you kill one of ours. We can kill each other all day long and it don't mean nothing. Because what we as black people do to one another, if it's wrong, we can accept it and excuse it. The way we can accept and excuse the fact that Obama kills babies and that he's a Muslim, we can accept and excuse that. But if a white man does it, all hell breaks loose. Because our religion, the same way Christians are if you kill a Christian. Christians get up in arms. Or the same way Jews are if you kill a Jew. Well, if you kill a black man, you're going to have hell to pay. But if a black man kills a black man, everybody goes to sleep. Talk to me. Talk to me. You're not saved. I said black people aren't saved. I've been on this earth long enough to observe and know. You're not saved. You're not. You're black. And you're black before anything else. So I think we're going to understand the work that God's given to us in this community. We need to understand what we're dealing with this particular group of people. First of all, I got to get saved. Every time we do something like Take Back Harlem, whatever that we do, we do a lot of things. People are piled in here about, big numbers. You've seen them do it. And they're ready. Oh, yeah, we're ready to take back Harlem. But I said, but we got to boycott black people. You got to be out your mind. We can't boycott our brothers. I said, but the brother takes your money and gives it to the white bank. As long as he's doing it. You see him walk away. They'll come in to see where, but the moment I say we've got to do this as Christians, as Americans, as people of God, they all walk away because they're not saved. Black people are not Christians. They're not Christians. You can't unite them under Christianity, but the moment I get up and start preaching blackness, I will not have room enough to pack the people in. If I started preaching black nationalism, they'd be here in the thousands because they're not Christians. They're not drawn to a Christian message. I said they're not drawn to the message of the blood of the Lord Jesus Christ. They only respond to blackness. And you're not Christians. You're not Christians. You're not Christians. And you're not going to heaven. You're going to hell.